I'm ready too.
Sounds good.
Hmm.
Okay. So, your story will begin on the same day the first court of Waterdeep that happens. Currently, there's a threat happening in Faerun that everyone is aware of it. That the cult of a dragon is nearing completion to summon the mother of all dragons, Tiamat. With that, all activity and the whole Faerun and the Sword Coast specifically being in a chaos and turmoil, there's powers in the background working too. Baldur's Gate has been noticing more and more increased activity of the dark forces around it. Demons are more not anymore a rare sight, but more often. Missing people, deaths, smell of sulfur lingering around all the time. Candlekeep lays destroyed by an unnamed Death Knight that has never been found and disappeared into the huge world of Faerun. There's been a change in the weave of magic. Ripples show that there's been multiple wishes casted one after another. Something is working against the life itself, it seems. What's the most worst prognosis you can find is that vampires and undead for some reason are gathering into the clans and creating their own forces. Like undead zombies are acting for some reason more intelligent, as well as the vampires taking dominion from living people and attacking them almost in the broad daylight. With this story, your story will go parallel together with the currently ongoing campaign called the Tyranny of Dragons. There's already heroes in the Faerun that are working against it, and their names are spreading far and wide. And you will be working mostly in the shadows. You are hired by the Court of the Metallic Dragons, one of the agents, to work against these evil forces, well, find what's behind it and find out what happened after those two wishes have been casted in the premises of the Waterdeep. You will be answering to the Silver Dragonborn, and as well occasionally to the Draken. Overall, your task is to find out why Vecna has been resurrected, who's working with it together to empower him, and unravel all the forces that are working against life itself. My music bot died. Something. So, yeah. This basically creates a story for you that branches out parallel to the with the current events that are currently happening too. And there's gonna this campaign in general is gonna be a very dark setting, because you're gonna be working all in the shadows. You're gonna have contacts with the not only with the criminals but specifically with the Metallic Dragon Court. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. The last reports have been given that the Vecna has been resurrected, but is extremely powerless. The cast itself, the Blood Hand, has been spotted alive in a Waterdeep just for a couple seconds. There's like 2 eyewitnesses that actually confirmed somebody looking similar to him in the dark armor and holding a sword familiar to the legendary sword of Cass. Yeah, so this is the setting. This is basically what is happening. If you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me now about the whole setting.
Yes. So you said that like some wishes have been cast at Baldur's Gate, right?
Waterdeep.
Sorry, my mistake. And one of our tasks would be to investigate them, right?
Yes, your tasks will be this basically, but you will get those tasks in session one. Don't worry about it. It's just basically giving you an overview what you should expect in here. This is yeah, you're working to find out. You're basically an extension of the agents to work. Uh, yeah, to uncover things.
So the silver dragon is like pretty much on our side then.
Yes, she basically hired you.
All right. Okay.
Well, not hired you, but recruited you from different perspectives of life. You would be already some established individuals yourself. Like there's an adventurers guild as well that would know your names too. But if you would like to keep your names out of it, you would pay like a monthly cost or something, etc., etc. Depends on your character backstory.
Okay, and a lot of other chaotic things are happening, like Vecna has been resurrected, and demons are spawning, and a lot of stuff, right? So nothing good.
Nothing good. Yes. Besides as well the encroaching summoning of the Tiamat
Oh,
as well.
right. The cult of the dragons are trying to summon this other big dragon, Tiamat.
Yes, the mother of all dragons.
Okay, right. Exciting.
So yeah, the story is happening parallel. There's going to be ripple effects from one story to another. Imagine it as like a Westmarch, but it's not Westmarch. It's just to create a living world in general. Uh, yeah, both Maxime and the Snooks knows what I'm talking about because they are both players from the Tyranny of Dragons. So yeah, there's already established places in the world too, like a Daggerford, Sin. What is the other name? Sarefold. Yeah, uh, yeah. Anything else? If you have questions, you can of course ask. Well, if not, then we will start with the characters of level 5. You all will be on a milestone advancement. You will have a point buy system. This time I do not want you to roll. Takes away the headache and managing. Sometimes the characters can be too powered, and with the new stuff that is out, the feats actually a little bit give more oomph, as you would say. Yes. Besides your level 5, yeah, you will gain a free feat. On addition to, for example, it stacks together with a variant human. So if you're variant human, you gain a free feat, and then even if you're a custom lineage, you gain the free feat on top of the free feat that you gain for free as well. So basically, if your race gives you free feat, additional feat applies as well. Yeah, you will all get 2 rare items and 2 uncommon. You can as well 2 uncommons you will choose by yourselves. If you want, you can take potions. If you want, you can take wondrous items. I don't care. It's your decision. Yeah, we will be using as well items together that come from the Griffin saddlebag. So
heard of that one.
yes, so there might be a very interesting items you might find, and for the beginning, I would like you to stay clear from them. They only will be findable in the world. I do not want you to take them just now. Yes. Next, there is multitude of homebrew rules that you will find later on in the Foundry tabletop, and I will enable the world for you to log in, check your things out, and etc. You can read about those homebrew rules and everything, and if you have questions, you can just write, and I will answer them later on. We have multiple banned feats. So lucky, observant, alert, keen mind, bountiful luck, and superior alert are all banned. Unless you have a very good explanation why you should have it.
I'm really lucky.
Banned. We will have something called a massive damage thing. If you take 50 or more percent of your total maximum health of damage, basically half or more, you will need to roll a Constitution saving throw, and on the failure of the con saving throw, which is set to the DC of 15, you will need to roll the 1d10 to see what kind of an effect happens. I already can tell you that there's going to be an effect such as you instantly after taking more than half of your health as a damage, you can go straight into the death saving throws. You can drop unconscious to 0 health. You can be stunned. You can be reduced, like no actions, no reactions, nothing, or you can just be withstand. So it gives a gritty feeling that you will be fighting an overwhelming odds, and enemies will be scaling proportionally towards it.
Will the NPCs also have this effect, or is it only for players?
NPCs will have that too. You can stun them, but you cannot insta-kill them.
Okay. So they will also roll the d10 or another table.
Yes, you will find that description as well in the tabletop I made. I can actually post it now in just a general.
Oh, is it in the Foundry, like with the homebrew rules?
Yes, it's gonna be everything written there. For now, you don't need to worry much about it. But when the Foundry is up, you can log in and check it.
Okay, got it.
It's visible to everyone. I'll make it visible to everyone to read. Yeah. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Okay, from additional things, we will not have any kind of advantage on flanking. Instead, you will gain +2. I hate having to deal with the conga lines. We will have additional disengage, which is using half of your movement, but you disengage from one hostile enemy, using only half of your movement. You can disengage multiple times if you have movement available. But if you use bonus action disengage or action disengage, you will be able to disengage. Those two bonus actions or the actions can disengage from a whole group. Natural 20s and natural ones work as well the same way. Natural 20 will always succeed, and natural 1 will always fail. There's an exception that if the DC is higher, that when you roll a natural 20, then it might not reach the DC and it might not be considered a success. It's still a success. You managed to do something super cool, but it was not enough. Should be short explanation. As well, if you succeed with a natural 20 on the saving throw, you will still take half the damage of the spell or attack if it's described in the monster computing for me for that action. 3 natural ones in a row will be an instant death of your character. Basically, that's universe telling you that character is cursed, so you shouldn't play.
Wait,
Drinking
what?
a healing potion is considered to be a bonus action. Yes.
So like 3 natural ones anywhere, like in the game.
In a row. You do 3 attacks all at once. You are
in
dead.
a row.
In a row.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, with the drinking, potion drinking, all healing potions are considered to be a bonus action. No questions asked. All other potions are considered to be an action. As well, I'm implementing something new. So if you know how to do something in real life, your character knows too.
Oh, nice. I can use my business skills. I can tax you.
I will absolutely not allow any kind of metagaming. During the game, when we sit on a table, you're all in character, no metagaming. During breaks, you can talk if you want to about it, but during the game, no metagaming. During pause game or breaks, you can discuss and argue game mechanics to your hard content. DM always will have the last word, period. So if you don't agree on something and I still say that's how it is, it's a final decision. Help actions for the skill checks will require your character to have proficiency. Half proficiencies do not count. Yeah, all death saving rolls will be hidden no matter what, to just keep the tension between the players to see what's happening. If, for example, you're dying, they will not know the outcome of it, so it creates more scenarios that you sometimes will need to run to your companion to try to help it, that individual. For NPCs too, NPCs won't die instantly, unless it's for cinematic reasons, but they will have as well death saving throws, so you might be able to save. Some monsters will have something called will be action oriented. This will allow me to have less monsters on the field, and create more interesting fights with you people, basically. This will mean that, for example, iconic monsters such as the dragons and something else will be more fun and entertaining. So I don't need to create hordes of dragons when you're gonna be in a higher levels to actually give you some kind of a challenge. As well, how do you want to do this description? I will want you all to give this description. How do you want to do this? Like, describe in the most buoyant way you want, how you finish off the monster, enemy, or your friend for that reason, to give me maybe get some kind of plus points in the future. Massive damage, I already mentioned. So yeah, if you take more than half health, you will need to have a roll table for that. Something called boomeranging exists in D&D. Basically, when you go down to 0 health and back up to 1, it's called boomeranging. You can basically go up and down without any repercussions. So what I'm implementing is that every time you will drop to 0 health, you will gain an exhaustion point. And exhaustion points will procedurally increase. Like, you have 1, then afterwards you go down to 0 health again, you will have 2 exhaustion points. But you can recover those exhaustion points in the normal means while taking a long rest, 1 at a time, basically. Of course, we're keeping the Dungeon Master inspiration. If you do something funny, something super cool, entertaining, and keep the game flowing, etc., you might gain one of the dices from me that stack on your end. So, for example, I might give you 1d8. For somebody, I might give d10, d12, or d20, and you can stack those dices. You can collect them. It's on your end. You need to track them. I will not track them for you. If you don't remember them, they're lost. I don't care. Limitation is that you can only use the one inspiration die at a time, so no stacking them when doing the roll. So just limit the outcome, because sometimes you can stack it and almost go to the hundreds, and then, oh, okay, yeah, you succeeded this when you weren't supposed to. Natural 20s in initiative, you go no matter what, unless somebody else rolls a natural 22, then we use the tie-breaking rule to sort out who goes first. It's basically using either a modifier. If the modifier says the same, using the actual score of the dexterity to sort out who goes. Somebody might have 19, somebody might have 18, so that will be plus 4 anyways. So in that situation, might be okay. Person with the 19 dexterity goes first, as an example. Nat 1, same. You will go last. We sort out the same way too, with the tiebreak rule. As well, limitation to monks. They only can stun character or the monster once every round. Multiple stuns, like, for example, one stun attack, and that's it. They cannot stun try multiple times to do it. I know it's a very off-putting for the monk, but it sometimes just breaks the whole encounter. And yeah, that would be all homebrew rules from my side. Do you have questions?
Do we roll for stats or do we use point buy?
One by.
One by.
Okay.
So yeah, I will send you all individually the
Oh, and
invitation
also
to
one
join the
question.
campaign. Yeah.
So for the disengage, you can like sacrifice half your movement for the disengage benefit from one enemy, right?
Yes, from only one enemy. But for example, let's say you have 40 feet of movement, right, with with the mobile feet. So you would sacrifice half of your movement. You would have 20 left. You would disengage from one enemy, and there's like a second enemy there too. That other enemy will be still engaged to you. You can use again your another movement. Your left 20 feet that will be split in half too. You will disengage from that enemy, and then you will have only 10 feet left.
Okay, okay. And like, does this also work for the NPCs?
Yes, works the same way.
Okay.
So I sent everyone the links to join the campaign. It's named as the Axis Rise of Vecna. Remember, you're all level 5. You get the free feat. Races all are available, but the classes no artificer.
Another question. Multi-class requirements?
Yes.
Okay.
Multi-class requirements. Yes, please enable it. Yeah, you will need to have a stats required to have a multi-class.
So should we make our characters right away?
I'm doing it now because I know what I want to play.
You can do so. You can do so. We have time. We basically I have reserved time till 10 p.m. today. But if you don't have any more questions, I do believe we don't need to talk anything more about it. You can of course ask questions more about the lore. You can ask questions more about what's happening in Terminator Dragons, what I can disclose, what you would know. You as well can just whatever comes to your mind, give me a question. I will restructure the Discord a little bit and create a channel, so you will have a general chat for your campaign that you can talk between yourselves, as well as a library where I post some kind of pictures, items, descriptions, maps, like or blah blah blah, like let's say that way. And yes, additionally, what else? Yeah, we will have our own separate voice channel unless we want to do it in the stage, but I kind of do prefer to do it in the voice channel, but who knows, maybe I'll change my mind at some point. And yeah, if you're artsy and crafty and you make artwork or draw artwork, I mean, or even make music or something in that way, and Max disappeared, you can freely do so. You will be able to post in arts and crafts, and you can share it with everyone else.
Are you okay? You also mentioned only one paladin per entire group, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, correct. Yeah, only one. I do not want a freaking horde of paladins, so one paladin and one cleric allowed per party.
Oh, can we discuss party comps before making our characters?
Feel free to do so.
Yeah, who's taking the paladin if somebody wants to?
No, I'll go as the barbarian. Unless someone really wants it.
I wanted to pull paper barbarian this time.
You want it?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay, sure, it's fine.
I mean, we can have two barbarians. It's fine.
That would be boring. But it's fine. I'll play something else then.
Aman Judge, do you have any questions?
Uh, okay, since nobody's taking a paladin, I will take it.
So paladin and barbarian so far. Oh, question. Like, is blood hunter allowed for this campaign?
Yes, it is.
Okay, let me see what it does.
It falls in the category of this dark setting that we currently
Yeah,
have.
yeah, that's what I figured.
But Blood Hunter is so beginner unfriendly. It's insane. Saying from
Not
experience.
not exactly a beginner, so it should be fine, I guess. I've just never read it properly. What all it can do.
As well, I would like with you all to eventually discuss the campaign times. When would you like to play? Currently, I need to replan, I think, the Tyranny of Dragons campaign because the time we used to play on Mondays, 8 p.m., Mondays might open up for me, and we might move Tyranny of Dragons to either Fridays or Saturdays. Depends on other groups' decision, but if you would be so nice to me and post your availabilities either in a thread for the session 0 today or somewhere, or just send me direct messages, I would be very pleased, because then I can actually plan and check the calendar when everyone's time would cascade in, and then I would create a campaign time that you would all need to RCVP all the time, so you would basically be reminded whenever the session happens. As well, another thing is I'm gonna make the channel only accessible to people who are CVP. Basically, if the voice channel is gonna be there, uh, only the people with that permission or CVP role will be able to access it. So that in that way, I'll be able to track the who's coming, who's not. I need minimum of 3 people to run a campaign. It might be shorter that day, it might be longer, depends on what you guys do. We're always gonna play maximum up to 4 hours, no more. Uh, if we would want to have an extra sessions or something else like that, we will discuss this beforehand. We're not gonna have any spontaneous stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I think I'll go fighter instead.
Cool. I will be mono barbarian for now.
Yeah, and not just fighter, more for a ranged fighter, like an archer, like sniping from the back,
Okay.
Nice.
so that we have different kind of options.
Yeah, I'm going with the our lovely DM made a custom berserker and I'm trying it out. So no damage resistance for me.
Ammon, yes, those rules, I know it's overwhelming to just hear about them. You, of course, I do not believe anyone will remember them. That's why I created the compendium that you will be able to read on the tabletop. You will be able to find it when I will create a world for you, and whenever the world is running for our session. The world is going to be at least running 3 days before the session, so you can always access it and read it. So do not worry about writing the rules now. You can read them later on. So just for an example, what I disclosed, this would be the for now, for you to understand what kind of setting it is, what kind of a game we're gonna actually be having. So is there any more questions? You can of course ask about the world. You can ask about anything. I'm open to answer them.
I'm fine.
In the following day or two, I will create you all channel just to remind again. So if you forgot what you can take as an equipment, don't worry, it will be written down. Next week, I do not have much time because I am traveling out of the countries and I'm not going to be available till next week, Tuesday.
Okay.
So do not get panics. Do not get panic attacks. Just saying.
You know what? I will exactly get a heart attack because of you now.
Okay, do it. Do it. I dare you.
I cannot do it.
Anyways, I would like to keep the game respectful to everyone. Of course, if you feel uncomfortable with something, feel free to voice it over, or tell me or everyone else. If you feel like something's not right and you want to talk it privately, my DMs are open to talk with. We have a little bit this kind of a casual thing going on that whenever we play, we sometimes make it too much sexual, but it's always just a fun thing. Nothing too mean, nothing too much. We just keep it casual. In the end, we're all here to have some fun and tell the stories of the characters.
Okay.
And for me to give you aneurysms and torture you. Yes.
Like the fucking meme or what? Oh boy, I sure like this setting. Is even Arakakra allowed?
Yes.
Okay. So I have a question about how this one interacts. So, do you know the dragon wing bow?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
The dragon wing bow.
Dragon wing bow. Oh yes.
Yeah. So, like, you don't need ammunition for that, right? It automatically like loads the ammunition.
Dragon wing bow. Let me quickly check.
I know about it. It's not that bad.
That's pretty
Level
cool.
choice.
Okay. Yeah, it creates ethereal ammunition. Yeah, I know what it does.
So that means I won't need a free hand to, look, like, do that thing.
Yeah. Let's say this. Basically, even if you use a bow or anything, you don't need to do a reload or grab anything. You can basically use a bow like normally. If you have a sharpshooter feat, it's fine too. Yeah. I do not expect you to reload. I only expect you to reload with the crossbows, and there might be possibility that you might find a gun. Then I expect you to reload with that too.
Yeah, but for normal bows, you still need to take the arrow from your back.
You don't need to. Don't worry. I don't actually count on you doing this kind of an action or thing.
Oh.
So don't worry about it.
No. I mean, you need a free hand to do that in normal cases.
Don't worry about it. You don't worry. Because the bow is two-handed anyways. It's considered to be a two-handed weapon. So
No, the hand crossbow isn't two-handed.
yeah, but the hand crossbow is this. With the hand crossbows, you will need to reload. So you need a if you have something in a hand, yes, of course you will need to put it away to reload. So bonus action reload or action.
Why
reload.
would I need to put, like, if I use the dragon bow, then it will automatically do it for me.
Yeah, then you don't need to. So don't worry.
Exactly.
It's basically yeah.
And with the crossbow expert feat, I can shoot multiple times in the same turn.
Yes.
Yes.
That is very good. And I can use a shield with the other hand.
Yes.
A question from me. Can you, like, let's just say, can you wear 2 magical belts?
I see no problem in wearing two
I see no
belts.
problem with wearing two belts too.
I mean, physically, it's possible to wear 2 belts.
Yes.
It doesn't say where you have to wear them.
The thing
Yeah.
is, like, if you would say, "Can I wear 2 cloaks?" Like that doesn't really make sense, you know.
Yeah.
I would say if you're wearing 2 belts, then the one is a cock ring.
I was the more
Check.
maybe I was saying like chest area maybe, but
The bikini area.
bikini.
Yeah.
I'm
As well
wearing
about
nothing but my belt.
as well about the game times. I expect to play from 8 p.m. Central European time, if that makes sense. Maybe in the weekends we can play earlier, but I would prefer to play at evening because then everyone can chill. The day is done, we can chill and play till around midnight-ish.
Sure.
But we'll see. We will. I need everyone's time availability. Then we can discuss more about it.
Hmm.
Okay. So changes. I'm currently setting up the everything, so you guys can log in and check. Shit. Okay, that's that. Let's grab characters for you. Not characters, but users. Okay, table has been created. It's currently on a link. Snooks and you, Maxime, you both have it.
Yeah, Captain.
Yeah, you can just log in and check the homebrew rules. Everything's written down. There's no passwords
wait.
currently. Yeah,
Where
there's
can we find it?
here on this link. There's
Oh,
currently
okay, yeah.
there's currently no passwords, so don't worry. Later on, I will update your passwords and you have individual ones. Yeah, no worries, Asman. I will check your characters through the time before we even start campaign. It would be best if you like gather up half an hour before so we can double check everything, make sure everything works, and after that we will be able to start and play. Does that make sense for you, Aman?
And where can I find the rules in the foundry?
Okay, give me a moment. I want to do something first. Save. Do you see something called something like there's a present? If you hover above it, it says directory on the right side. There is something called journal entries.
Yeah, got it. Homebrew rules, got it.
Yes. And the roll table is in the following cube, gelatinous cube looking thing.
And flanking, does it also apply for range attacks or only for melee attacks?
Only for melee. Flanking, it's very hard to do it with the ranged. Ranged, basically, it's kind of impossible to flank because, well, you might be shooting from a different angle, etc. So, it with rangers or ranged individuals that I used to play, I know how they can have a high to hit. So, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna have issues with the hitting.
Oh
so.
no, I mean like flanking. I'm next to the enemy, suppose, and my teammate is on the other side.
Yes, if it's like a line, the flanking works only in a line, so it needs to be in the same square, like in other position against the enemy. So in that, then it would work. If with the ranged weapon, if you're shooting from 5 feet and you have a crossbow expert that gives you no disadvantages, then yes, you would gain
Okay,
+2 to
so
hit.
plus got it.
Even if you don't have a crossbow expert and you shoot, you will have this advantage, but you will still get +2 to hit as well.
Okay, perfect.
But if you're shooting from a distance that is 5 feet or more, of course.
Yeah, then no flanking. Yeah, that makes
No,
sense.
I'm on no password. Currently, there's no password. Yep. So you can see basically this is a world of Farron. There's been things going on around. It doesn't have much markings. It's just indicating where the position you're going to be. I will keep a track of the other group on another channel, etc. You'll see basically their token appearing sometimes. There might be issues. I will do a weekly issue of quote unquote Waterdeep Journal, which will describe what has happened and maybe if there's like a huge event that happened with a Tyranny of Dragons group, it might be shown in the journal. So yeah. Any more questions?
I'm just reading the stuff.
Okay. I'm here till 10, so you can ask me questions, anything, etc., etc. Currently, it's a little bit bare bones. There's nothing here on the world, but for our session, there's gonna be there. I just wanted to get the session 0 out of the system today.
Yeah, nice session, Zero.
Yeah, with the black let's say not black mages. Let's not make it racist.
The black man.
Yeah. The magics with the D&D Beyond, whenever you roll with your character from D&D Beyond, your character needs, I will import it, don't worry about it. It's on my end to manage this thing. But whenever you would roll, you will always need to have somebody targeted. There will be some flashy things might happen, like, for example, with your attacks, arrows flying, etc., etc., etc. And the die, whenever you would roll on D&D Beyond, will appear here as well. Everything will be automated, so you don't need to worry that much about the things on the Foundry. The Foundry is only the tabletop for you to represent your positions where you are and on the maps and your roles. But main source of truth for your characters will be D&D Beyond. So yeah,
How do you like use short rests?
short rest works this way. Basically, you have something called hit die. You would, when you press on the short rest on your D&D Beyond, you will need to select the amount of hit die you want to use for your short rest. Then when you select how many dice you want, you will see there's a number of like saying 3d whatever your class has it. Let's take for example fighter, 3d10 plus your constitution modifier. You roll that. That's how many health you will recover during your short rest. You press confirm, and then after those 3 dice are used, you do not have them until you take long rest. You only regain half of your hit dice during the long rest.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But I meant like when can we take a short rest? Like those kind of things.
Depends.
When everybody agrees.
When everybody agrees, this is in the end your own decision when you want to take a rest, short rest, long rest. I do not control this. You are the narrators of the story. We go on your pace, not on mine. I'm here to basically overlook or give you challenges and so on. Sometimes, whenever you decide to take, like, for example, let's take if you decide to take a short rest in a place that you know you're not safe, it might happen that there might be patrols that come over you when you're doing your short rest, and then your short rest will be interrupted, and you will need to fight. You would gain a short rest, but then you would need to fight too, which will cause you to lose resources as well. Long rest can happen as well, same way. You agree to take a long rest. There might be a random event that happens. Your long rest might get interrupted. You will not get a long rest, instead you will get a short rest, and then you will work from there.
Okay, but even if it gets interrupted, we still get the benefits of the short rest, and then we have to like.
Depends, because we will break it in two parts, or 2 or 3 parts depending the long rest. Always can change depending how long you want to rest. When you agree, you will tell me long rest or short rest. Then it will happen. Then I will do things in the background. So in the end, it's for you to decide whenever you want to take it, and then it's everything down to the dice to see if anything happens.
No, I mean like for the short rest, even if it gets interrupted, we still gain the benefit, right?
Yes, but then you will be right in the combat, and that even with the short rest, you might lose more resources than you actually gained.
Yeah, that's fair. Of course, anything can happen.
Who wants to play Paladin again?
Max?
It's me.
Maxim.
It's you. Okay, just making sure.
So
Because,
like basically, we just need to agree when we take the short rest. That's all.
yes,
Yeah.
sometimes the DM says, okay, you go to a tavern that counts as a long rest. It also depends on the DM.
I mean,
No.
usually when you're done with our combat and we're relatively safe, it's probably a good time to take a short rest. You know.
I do not control in any way, British, your short or long rest. You can, for whatever reason, you can go 5 days without sleeping to gain 5 exhaustion points if you wanted to just be on borderline edgy.
But that's who would be that? Oh, edgy people, I forgot. Edgy people are so fucking stupid. No, I don't go to sleep. Ugh, I have to brood in the corner in the tavern.
Yeah,
I have
I
my
don't care what you
homework.
do. This is your character. I am not controlling it. I am just narrating the story that's happening in the background, and you are the main stars.
Oh my.
So shine bright like a diamond, or burn like a fackle, or whatever. Okay.
Oh, by the way, the only reason because I asked is because maybe I wanted to play one of my old characters again, which was a barbarian paladin. But if you wanted to be paladin, it's okay. But just do something else.
Sorry, my cat is actually bringing stuff because she's bored and she wants to play. She's bringing me toys. It's cooling off and she's finally active. Meow me. Come here.
Yeah, cats can be sometimes needy.
Yes. Yeah, I would like you all to be actually on time for D&D sessions. I will always have a consideration time of 10 minutes. That, okay, you're running late or something. But if you're not on time, I will start a session if we have the numbers, and you can join later on when it's ongoing. But if you don't, you don't. I will not wait for people anymore. I used to be pretty nice, waiting up to half an hour, but that's a game time lost.
Okay. Ranger barbarians. That's also fun.
How many? What type of items were we able to start with again?
Two uncommons, two rares.
Yes.
I'd be definitely picking a +2 weapon.
Aman, your thing looks good. You can add 2 uncommon and 2 rare items if you know how to. If you're not, you can ask me or you can ask anybody here in the group to help you out how
Yo.
to do so.
The British can help you. Just don't be afraid to ask.
I am afraid. Always.
Be afraid. But yeah, what are you guys thinking? What should we play? One wanted to be a fighter, but I didn't see the name.
Yeah, that's me. I'll be an archer basically.
Okay, are you going like magic archer then, or
No, 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 not magic archer. Like archer is just my, like what do you call it? The archetype, specialty.
yeah? I thought it was just like an extension of my
Yeah,
main
yeah,
Fighting.
not
thing.
You
not
mean,
the subclass exactly.
oh, you mean okay? Not suppose. You mean the fighting style?
Yeah, yeah, the fighting style and overall, personality and everything.
Okay, so I expect you're going fighter, arcane archer.
No, I'm not going arcane archer because, like, mainly because arcane archer doesn't work with crossbows.
That
It does.
it it does.
It
It
does.
does.
I mean,
No, it
yes.
doesn't.
I mean, the DM can decide in the end.
But
Ah,
you can choose what you want. I do not block you much. There's only limitations on what I said already, so don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Famous last words.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about failed 3 death saves.
It's only a game, right?
Do not say that while we're role playing. It's
Yeah,
only a game.
like I said, the rule: you're on the table, no outside talk. Whatever happens on the table, whatever you say, is on the table.
What?
During
Why
the
do you have to be mad? It's just a game. Yeah, good old classic. And there are some people who take it too seriously. Yeah, some I've been a campaign with a lawful stupid paladin once, and saying the thing of that's what my character would do after attacking the opposite party and almost dying. That makes a bad, makes a bad first impression.
I still miss Snook's uh, Asimar paladin. He was so fucking awesome.
Oh, are you
Zolan.
talking about
Zolan, yeah, that's his
or
word. Zolan was perfect in any sense of way.
like ironically or
Not ironically, to be honest.
He was a lawfully good guy who was outgoing and nice to everyone. And stupid
Except-
sometimes in his own way.
so like real life, I presume. need a higher quality picture. Why don't I get those? This one is high quality, but he has his eyes closed. I don't like that.
It
Oh,
means that
what
you're
picture?
cool.
What kind of picture are you looking for?
Just for my token, and then I can,
Yeah, no, I mean, what's your race?
Oh, asthma. But
Oh,
I'm going with like.
That makes two of us.
Oh, nice. What are you going for? Protector or Fallen?
Like the custom one, the new one.
Is it custom?
Yes.
Ooh. Let me look at that one. And where is it?
I think Kay doesn't own the last book.
Monster of the Multiverse, it's here. He has the book.
Then it should be there.
Yes.
Like there's
You mean
Asimar.
that's what you mean, a new one, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, it's. But yeah, you could still choose like the three options.
Yeah. I'm the winged one.
That's Radiant Soul. I will go custom image.
I'll probably just go human. You know, human is the best.
They don't get dark vision.
I can
Uh,
cast light. I always can cast light.
okay, yeah, that's all good.
You know, being able to have dark vision is very good in this game.
I know that.
Because each time you go into a dungeon, it's like, oh, I have dark vision. I have dark vision.
I think
Right.
that's kind of lame, to be honest.
Your opinion.
I like the gritty, like go with the torch, see very little type of dungeon crawl.
Everybody has their own tastes. What was deep speech again?
It's deep.
Very
Very
deep.
deep.
It's very deep.
But no, who talks it again?
They called me Deep Throat.
Have you studied the grapefruit technique?
No.
I think it was the no. I actually don't remember who was speaking deep.
Definitely not you.
Yes.
Ah, the real pain of D&D finding character art.
Oh yeah, I found mine fucking finally. It's always such a pain in the ass, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Do-do-do. Do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Calm down there, Jaws. And I need to find something high quality. I hate this game. Yeah, please be high quality for once. Thank fucking god.
Jesus.
Yeah, Council Waterdeep. What the fuck I said before? It's supposed to be Council Waterdeep, not the meeting Waterdeep. What the fuck I named it?
Now I need to find a demon horn stock image.
Oh yeah, by the way, on the July 4th, when we plan to play our first session, returning in Tyranny of Dragons, I invite you all to join and listen in. You at least gonna know what's happening during the first council of the Waterdeep. You will hear the stories, the player interactions, and so on. And then later on, when we will start our sessions, when we decide finally onto the time and date, you will have more throughout background what's happened. I'm most likely gonna do the Tyranny of Dragons on the stage, so or maybe just an open channel so everyone can join and listen in. So in that way, it will be more interesting for you guys, and makes you believe that, not believe, but more like see that there's already heroes established, and maybe story. Alexa, office light off. Yeah. Any more questions? Anything more you have in your mind, etc.?
So you said that I can use the Dragon's Wing crossbow with the crossbow expert feats with a shield on the other hand, right?
Yes, you're allowed to, yeah.
And yeah, because it automatically creates termination.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's perfect. I think that's the combination I'll use then.
It's almost same set. Like I'm imagining this setup of yours almost to be like same like a demon hunter from Diablo 3 or Diablo series, basically.
Oh, Diablo Immortal.
Ah, fuck off with that game. That's not a game.
Man, I'm glad I never invest in any Blizzard games.
I no longer trust Blizzard.
I wonder why. It was such a good company.
They went to shit. What else? Yeah, when your characters are done, when the channels are created, just write me a notice in the private messages. I will import those characters. When you are finally finalized with it, I will import them into Foundry. I think you are as well. I gave you enough permissions that you can do it yourself too. It's pretty simple. You would just need to open the importer, copy your character URL, and just import it. If you have questions, you can always press the question mark. There is always helpers described, if I believe, for how to do the importing. But of course, in the end, I will always double check with your stuff.
Okay.
Alright, so yeah, I guess I'll head out then.
Yeah, so if you don't have any more questions, if you don't need to talk anything about more, yep, I'll call this 01 a success, session 0 a success, and I'll look forward to starting the campaign with y'all.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm of course always online to answer the questions. Just write me directly before the channel is there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll DM you for now if I have any more questions.
Exactly.